Hello trader and welcome to this Bitcoin technical, order flow and macro fundamentals analysis. So here we are, Bitcoin is falling heavily, Bitcoin is not alone, all sectors of economy and equities are falling, Bitcoin is not the exception. First portion of the video I will dedicate to the macro fundamentals. In my opinion, understanding macro fundamentals is actually harder than trading itself. It takes years. You need to be really listening to people who are not the noise, because most of the world is noise. You know, they are pushing their own opinions, but you try to be as much objective as possible. So yeah, your information circles are important. I actually share them in our group, so you know where I learned macro fundamentals from. Because past few days Bitcoin fall is of course technical, but why the move occurred is coming from the macro fundamentals and situation in the world. Yes, so let me start with this. I will be in whole video using some of my Discord posts because I posted so much. Like past few days happened so much, like in a normal 1 month, so of course I need to see everything I was posting and what mattered. And I'll be showing you the power of the macro fundamentals, because in certain days you need to really know what is happening in the world, so you don't take too many counter trades. You can actually stick to your shorts until you reach the targets. Second portion of the video, we can have a look on Bitcoin from a higher time frame technical analysis, and yeah, that will be probably it, because I need to also rechart Bitcoin to see where we have proper resistance above us, because it wiped out my charts. Yes, there will be a lot of talk in this video. I just want to push all ideas I have, what is about to happen, and yeah, I think it will be useful for you. And also, past few days showed you how are you as a trader, so if you respected money management or not, because these events will be repeating in the future on any market in the world, so you need to understand it. And it's gonna show you my guidance in the group. Why you actually are in the group is not only passive education video modules you go over, but also active trade management from my side, and also how I manage position based on all these technical, order flow and fundamental factors. On Friday I will be also showing you a lot of charts outside Bitcoin. So on Friday I was warning you, Bitcoin was following gold past 36 hours, which is the orange line, on key news events bringing real fears into recession. Past few minutes even gold started falling. It is telling you there is now liquidity crunch in the markets and all assets very likely gets discounted. Prepare your savings to buy cheap stocks and eventually crypto. Market tends to bottom down before Fed starts big cutting, so next few weeks will be very interesting. So this is the chart. Let me show you the setup here. You can actually get it. Oh, it's over here. We will be turning on the gold as well. So where is the gold? Here is the gold. Let's return back into Friday. Zooming out, we can make this smaller. So equities, this was the Tuesday. We've had this nice pump after first news event. After FOMC, equities started to be happy, but in the end, in the second portion of the week, we started to give up the gains. Bitcoin was also following equities heavily, but it was also trading in a range. Look what happened to the gold over here. Yes, gold started falling on Tuesday. On Thursday. When gold starts falling heavily, it means it is really bad out there. It means market is scrambling for liquidity for any asset, because gold is protecting you well if it's pretty bad there, but if it's really bad, even gold is getting sold. You know, funds and institutions, they need to go back into cash, they need to go lower on leverage, so even gold is getting sold. This was massive warning sign for Bitcoin as well, because Bitcoin actually was going with the gold like since the FOMC. Look at that. FOMC pushed to the upside gold, Bitcoin also going sideways, but in the end we had this catch-up pump. Yes, for the Bitcoin this was pretty massive, and we arrived to the highs here, and once gold started falling it was over. I said in the group, I literally from that moment, I don't want to say I predicted these big crashes we are just getting now, but you know, I told you, prepare your savings to buy cheap stocks and eventually crypto. Yes, because this really started this massive cascading moves to the downside. Yes, and since that moment gold is continuing to downside. over the weekend, Bitcoin was continuing to the downside as well. You see the gap when cash opens or futures. There is no trading activity for retail over the weekend, but banks and institutions, they see interbank market, and they saw is getting really bad. Their liquidity is drying up. Margin calls, they actually saw there will be gap, so their option was also to short the crypto market. Someone literally made a lot of money on this from big guys, because the crypto market is the only market which can trade over the weekend, so definitely big shorts from them as well. There was also big talk about some entity blowing up in crypto space, selling massive Ethereum and Solana. I think it was jump trading, so they also dumped the market heavily. But yeah, this is the result of the global fear recessions. The Fed is very likely again behind the curve. That's main worry of the market. This is like fear of lack of growth. I don't think this is like COVID situation. COVID situation was diametrally different. Yes, we literally stopped the economy on most sectors, and they needed to stimulate very hard. So this is different. This can be recession, mild or very deep. We will see. But this is different than COVID. It should not be like COVID. So in the end, we will be looking for buying the dips on equities and on the crypto when conditions will be get less. Well, when monetary conditions gets less tighter, so they start heavy cutting. That will be key pretty much. Let me show you how my macroeconomic fundamentals knowledge translated into the trades. So here are the trades. I made multiple posts, like our traders were literally got good guidance. So we've got some nice trades set up over here. I set our group 40% left on the I left 40% short on the day trader. We'll keep it as hedge into the weekend. It means I take two profits. It was actually somewhere here. I already had like two take profits. I think take profit 2 was here. But I left 40% of the size. That's what I usually like to do, because now I have, after 2 take profits, guaranteed profit in my pocket. This trade is literally free money. I cannot lose anymore with guaranteed profit. That's how you truly trade. That's how your advantage is also be scalper and day trader. When you secure money, you cannot lose the trade, and then market does the job and earns you, like any move to the downside was earning a lot more money. Also over the weekend, so the move from 65,000 to 58 was already substantial, of course. We were hitting trade swing area. Market gave multi-percent move to the upside. But in the end, of course, we are returning back into the 54, 50k, even lower, as these global recessionary fears are so strong, and Japan markets totally crashed like 13%. Now maybe the same thing will happen to US now. We will see how we get the open. So you see, I'm understanding the macro fundamentals here, and I need this hedge short here. Yeah. I need to hedge myself. Because I was also long from here. So if I lose this long, this hedge short will be protecting my profits and giving me exposure for the more downside. Okay, and I pretty much nailed the take profits too. This was intraday trade, so I don't care much. I actually closed a bit. Of course, this was a premature close when we look at it in the history. Yes, but I will explain. I took take profit to at 60k, pretty much timed another intraday low, and then another take profit which was closed at 58,000, where we flipped to this swing area. For example, without recessionary fears and market not falling as much, we could easily bounce few more $1,000 higher. Fear in the market won, yes, but this was trade swing area no matter what, so this bounce was statistical and based on data and an objective analysis. I gave this area on Friday, okay? There is no inside trading here in our group. Most targets and trades are given before they are even reached. I even estimate reactions before market gets there with the order flow. So this was expected bounce on multiple accounts. I took larger take profit 1 in case market goes down, because it was still big downtrend, okay? So you must do this. 57k, very exhaustive. Another long all 3 accounts. 3 accounts are engaging because scalp account is engaging. Scalp account closed on a few percent pump. Day trade account took take profit 1 and 2. Was left, I think, with something like 30%, and swing account took take profit 1 for 50%, and there was no touch to it with tight stop loss. Yeah, so you see how you play how you play differently based on your time, based on what type of trader you are. I like to combine all trade principles, scalping, day trading and swing trading together, because you know my only asset to trade is Bitcoin, so what should I do with my time? I just do all these accounts. They grow at various rates, okay? Because it just needs different time. Like swing trades, they need days to weeks to play out. So this was the setup. In the end, market went down. Yes, we can say this is only regret I get. I could hold this trade for much longer, but I also went to sleep. So I just needed to book profit in case market does more pump, or if it loses downside, I still have 20% left on the 70k short. Now this 20% exposure, I also added to it, so it's a bit larger, and it's still, of course, it's not hedging me fully, but I'm getting decent exposure when market goes down. So these last 20-30% left on the swing trade from 70k is in massive profits, okay? And I do not think I will be closing that anytime soon, unless we get change of financial conditions in the world, or Fed does emergency rates and market starts pumping and so on. Market is like equities, yes? It's screaming for what it wants, and in the end it will get it. It's like it's screaming for ice cream. In the end, good parents, Papa Powell and the Fed will give the ice cream to the kid, and markets will be screaming less. This is the tale old as a humanity itself, yes. So this trade setup played out, no regrets here. I could hold for longer, but it's fine. It already made crazy amount of profit, so yeah, it's okay. Let me go further. This is just general chat, but I think I do not need to go over that. We can go just on the charts. So let me do like nice analysis on all tools and technical analysis. We can start with let's start with the order flow. So order flow. I actually need to combine it with the chart. So let me turn off this 1 hour time frame. So Bitcoin is looking pretty bearish currently. Yes, we are in the higher time frame downtrend. We now confirmed breakdown. In my opinion, this was actually expected in the future. You know how Bitcoin was slowly filling this inefficiency here, yeah? This was no real support for the Bitcoin. So in the end, we feel the last portion of this pump. Every single market wants to be efficient. So in the end, such impulsive price action will be getting filled. Now we also did, because I was posting before the sleep, so we need to return here a bit higher. Oh yes, and if I go to smaller time frame, let me show you swing failure pattern folder. We go to 1 hour time frame, actually 2 hour time frame. This was the major swing failure. So this is the main low of the range. This was the last trade I was taking before I went for the sleep. If you traded this as a swing failure pattern, there was some nice order flow inside. You got, even if you entered here, you got 33.7%, so very nice. You just need to be very aggressive with your profits, because when you look at it from a larger scale, this low was truly pivotal, yeah? It's decision point for the pulls if you stay in the range or not. Now as you lost it, market continues with the momentum to the downside. Another big target was to run liquidity out of this range. I was posting that in the group. You can see here, we can zoom this out. 50,000, so you see there is another major liquidity node just spanning until 50k, and below there is even more juicy liquidity. By the way, do you see this node here? Another liquidity node, 47, 50k, 57, 47, 45k, okay, just for the future. And now market also did run liquidity out of this range, yes. And we did swing failure pattern, but market is still not looking so strong. One thing you need to be aware of in such impulses to the downside and with the fears, this is also not support area here. So if you start breaking down further, you can feel all this inefficiency here, and then you will be seeking to find support out of this range. What are the levels out of this range? I can show you. You can turn on VA local. This was 2-month range. So Bitcoin, whatever fear in the world, we should really stabilize in this range for some time and trade some nice levels. Definitely have eyes on these high volume nodes. 2-month high volume node and also another 2-month high volume node. Yes, of this range. Initial bounce can be, we can get these initial bounce out of this range. High volume nodes and point of controls, and eventually if you lose this, you will be focusing on range rotations. First the small one here, and then the big one into the 40k. 40k another decent support. Yes, if you stabilize here, you can do another new local range, then you will be rotating this range. We will see, market will tell us, but here we have very limited support. So if Bitcoin loses 46,600, then we can see another cascading move to the downside, and traders will be looking for exit. In my opinion, these downside moves on Bitcoin are caused also because we've got the Mt. Gox distribution. A lot of tens of thousands Bitcoins were given to the people. I was reading Reddit, only one day I was reading Reddit what people plan to do with Mt. Gox money. And they clearly said, we will wait for the higher prices to book most of the profit. We take 15 to 20%. There was also big poll. People wanted to hold it for longer. I think their psychology also is getting broken, because if they don't see upside and actually they see opposite, market is breaking down and they see recession possible, recession is coming, they will be selling Bitcoin for any price, because they were waiting for 10 or 11 years, yeah, and they got from $600 per Bitcoin, they are now getting 40, 50, 60k. Do you think these people will hodl? No, they will be dumping. If you check, we can actually check this. I don't need to guess. Everything is data driven, so we can go to Bitcoin Heroes CVD for Bitcoin. So we know who has received Bitcoin from Mt. Gox on their accounts. It's mainly Bitstamp and it's mainly Kraken. Yes, let's go to 50-minute time frame. Look at the trend. Yes, people were actually buying the DP on Bitstamp. Now everybody's puking. So from this point, how much they sold? So 2000 Bitcoin minus 2002 over here. Already few thousand Bitcoin sold, 3,000, and Bitstamp is much smaller volume. So here was peak of 1.4k, and we are down to 200, so 1,000 Bitcoin sold. So you see also these people who received the Mt. Gox distribution. You see the delta is accelerating here. So it was not that large before. This is clearly Mt. Gox flows, yes, from Bitstamp and Kraken as well added to the mix. I wouldn't, of course I would sell as well if I would receive my Bitcoin after 10, 11 years. So they are adding fire to the move to the downside as well into the pretty empty order books, right? And of course, main sellers are Binance. Yes, the Binance, how much they sold recently? From 70k they sold, so minus 20,000 Bitcoins. That's also very significant. Coinbase was trying to buy the dip, but it cannot fight the general market forces. Yes, it's not so large. So you see they were starting to buy the dip here. So 1.38k, and they bought the dip, just 500 Bitcoins. Look, this is not enough to reverse market if Binance is dumping on you 20,000 Bitcoins, okay? So Binance is still not that large. They were very efficient in OTC markets for the ETFs, but they are unable to reverse market. They can slow down a bit, yeah. Let me show you something also, so you understand why we are actually seeing such massive breakdown, because also the ETF hodlers on Coinbase, this is the chart beneath. So this is the 40k dip. ETF launch was over here for the Bitcoin, yes. Now in US, people finally can optimize their taxes. They can go heavy into the Bitcoin, also from their payouts from the jobs. So you see the main momentum to the upside after ETF launch. We've got this pullback, and the main momentum to the upside for ETF inflows was done over here. This was done from 50k to 68,000. Okay, so they were leading this massive pump to the upside. as soon as market goes beyond the impulse which was created here, you are also creating additional selling pressure on the market from ETF hodlers. The weak hands are selling, okay? So, and you know, this can actually, if we, it doesn't look at the CVDs, like a lot of people still are actually hodling, yeah? But this is also psychological pressure on all those hodlers, yeah? I also made another post into the Bitcoin on-chain chat. So currently this is the 66,000 and 65, so between 65 to 67,000 we have the largest node ever on Bitcoin, where most people exchanged Bitcoins. You know, a lot of people sold, some of them bought. Now this is going to be future resistance for Bitcoin. We need to reclaim this region for, you know, for market to see again all-time highs and move above 70k. All these people who bought are now in big loss on Bitcoin, and they are also, so you see how many people actually bought Bitcoin, even more than at 16,000, 17,000 lows. Now all these people are in loss. There are also additional pressure on the market, and they will be future resistance. They will try to get out at zero. So now we have new order flow resistance, 65 to 68,000. Reclaim that and you will alleviate pressure from the market, because these people finally start to be profitable. Okay, so this is one of the things how you can utilize on-chain analytics in your favor, because most of the on-chain data are too higher duration. We cannot use that for trading, but this is going to be, you know, pretty essential in the future. So you see, long-term hodlers definitely dumped on new hodlers, and they will need a lot of time to actually get into profits until market recovers these recessionary fears. Okay, cash is open, so Bitcoin pumping a bit. That's nice to see. Okay, so let's continue with Bitcoin. What we can expect. Let me check the template. I will be turning off the gold. Just want to see how actually gold we can turn off, and we need. Where are you? Here's one. Bitcoin performance will be based what our general market's doing. So ES1 is now 4% down, and SPX massive gap to the downside. You know, you pump hard, yes, you pump hard, but you can then do very deep pullbacks because you did so much pumping. Nasdaq 4% down. This is going to be remembered. There will be name for today. I don't know what the name will be. Something like Black Monday. We had the name, or other names. Japan markets down 13%. That was insane. I also think when you understand forex a bit, there was like USD JPY. This is carry trade pair. So a lot of people have positions in the USD JPY. They are long there, and if they are long there, every single day they are getting paid positive carry, and that carry, that interest you are getting paid every single day, is used for the to add to your liquidity and to your margin pools. And if they need to unwind this, because Japan is changing monetary policy, the USD JPY is heading heavily down. All this closing on this pair is also causing cascading liquidations in other assets. These people who were on the carry trade are now closing. In the future, there will be maybe another carry trade on this pair or the other pair. But once these things unwind, they definitely affect markets, and you see what happened to Japan. That's just side note. Also, okay, so I want to finish a bit the order flow analysis. For me, Bitcoin, I scalped 2 times 50,000. You can see how 50,000 is holding for now. You can be easily scalping it. 50,000 is very, like 50, 60, 70k, 40k. Those are big option barriers, but also psychological barriers. When people see such big barrier, they try to protect it. They are trying to engage in here. So scalping here, super nice, or intraday trades. Also, value investors are stepping in at 50,000. They are buying Bitcoin much cheaper than it was earlier. While you hold about 50,000 and you don't go for the low, you can be, it's psychologically perceived as a sign of strength, at least locally. Lose 50k and lose the low, and Bitcoin will be opening more road to the downside. In my opinion, we have next support in the 47,500 to 47,000. Order books are bidding here with decent amount, hundreds of millions already. So another very likely exhaustive price action into that bounce. But you all really need to lose these lows, and equities in the US needs to continue seeking new lows. Okay, but this is insane volatility. If I would be now recording video, I would be already scalping another long here. Yeah, fantastic. You just need to take profit really fast. And also you can see just 5-minute time frame here. You could be also running head shorts. Here's market was. Each time you actually, like 1 minute time frame you need on this bleed. For example, we had this major swing failure pattern here. You are getting nice range here. You see how weak market is. Yes, it's unable to even reclaim it back into the previous val. Yes, so this is serving as a nice take profit for you. We often take profit at val, and you can also take head short. Invalidation is pretty easy for you. Yes, this can be just this high because until you reclaim properly into this range, you don't need to worry about your trade. Even if you reclaim, you had this point of control as resistance, so you could do swing failure pattern out of this high rejection. So in fears like this, you can also run some nice head shorts along with your longs. In Bybit is really easy to do. Yeah, I have the hedge mode in the tether, so I can be short and long at the same time. Okay, so super easy. Now this is also crafting, this is also looking like a local range. It is putting in, so you see you not only hold 50,000, but you also are holding the val of the range. And the volume here's volumes are really good here. There is very large activity in the market currently. Look at compared to this range. Yeah, this was Monday Asia, very limited volume. Now this has like double the volume. You see how you again rotated the range fully. So AMT, even in such dire conditions, is absolutely, you can do easy scalping with it. You took profit here. Now if you were long from here, you took how much was this move? 3.5%. That's insane volatility. You can take like you can leave just 30% run, yeah, in case market finally manages to break out this VAH and goes. If we break out this VAH, you of course go for the friendly visit of this range, and you also have sitting liquidity above this high, so you can actually do something like this, take the liquidity, do another trade, and it's going to be decision point if you do this or if you start to do this. Yes, if you go higher, you will be watching this VAH and point of control. That's just super simple short-term stuff I'm discussing every single day in the group, so we don't need to go over that. So let me start with the higher time frame analysis. Let's go to more market structures. Oh, so yeah, this was really crazy. You should also run a day trade from these lows, yes, because you run liquidity out of this range. Day trade needs to be done with these lows, and you can target some retest of the resistance above us, like these regions, this market structure. This is also big inefficiency, so market might try to fill it in case market stabilize like equities. Yes, if we continue down, then we have these two market structures to watch, 48,000 in between 48 to 47,000. And of course, then we have this major 2-month range where I expect Bitcoin to find a lot of stability in case we start to feel this inefficiency. In terms of value, in terms of the VA levels, so you see Bitcoin was shouting at you from local auction market theory ranges, but also from the not so local, yeah. Because when we lost this last range, we were creating with the 53k lows. This was a big warning sign for you. A lot of downside is coming. Do you see the volume here? The volume there is non-existent, so market had not much support here. This 9-day val losing that was crucial. Okay, and now we started to see we started to do some nice rotation. So when we go over here, we can go to 2-hour time frames to see what is happening. So Bitcoin did express rotation of the smaller range here, but also there was another more local range here, and we did that rotation as well. So these VAR levels, these big rotations of the smaller and bigger range, they offer you bounces at least. Yeah, same like here, you've got the how much? 4% bounce from the VAH. Yes, then you did rotation. Very likely there was 1 minute reaction as well there, and then you did another rotation into this smaller 2-day range, and you're bouncing. So AMT levels are absolutely key for the downside. We can go to medium time frame. Medium time frame will give you, medium to high time frame actually will give you good clues what is happening in these time frames. So in our group, I was warning you heavily. There is somewhere post from the Friday. I said if market loses this box here, because this box was extremely important. Let me reload the chart. There was battle for this box a bit. Yes, a bit market tries to stay inside, but I told you if we lose this box, the 5-month val at 5 weeks val, then it's very likely we will start going for this range and eventually for the major swing failure pattern. Yes, so this was your warning sign. If you were in if you were in swing short from 70k, I was super comfortable. Once we started to break down, I added to my swing short from here. So from my 20% size, I added 10 to 15%. I lowered myself somewhere here and I'm still very, very safe, no matter how big market bounces. Such box, such AMT crucial levels losing, you can be adding 2 trades and then you profit. As I added almost like, I would not say a double position, like the remaining, but I did like 70% larger position. So I also have 70% more profit on my short to the downside. So very crucial. In the future, very likely we will do retest of this area and it's gonna be crucial if we do rejection out of here, yes, or we do some nice local range here and continue up. That's going to be future sign of strength on the Bitcoin. But that scenario is now far away as a distant dream. We were trading these high volume nodes in this range. All of them are now becoming resistance on the future retest. Yes, so Bitcoin will have so much work to do on this, you know, because I told you from on-chain perspective, yes, we have 5-month high volume node here, main one. So much volume was traded here. So many people are on the wrong side now. So this is going to be our big resistance on the future retests, starting already with these high volume nodes. Just need to map more precise levels because high volume nodes are more areas. We need more precise levels like naked box, and there will be a lot of recharting for me. Anchor VWAPs, so they also, so this is 4-hour time frame. We can actually drop down to 2 hours, so we get these calculations. So in terms of anchor VWAPs, if you were in short, you got this big warning here. So this was the latest impulse, like you cannot lose this anchor VWAP if you want the trend to hold. We've got the defense here, but in the end there was lost and retest. So this is how anchor VWAPs can be helpful if you are already in trade. They are your green and red light. You see what happened since we lost the main impulse? Like all these people started to be panicking, they started to be in loss. Look how big downside happened, yes? So that's why it mattered. I think I told you about this anchor VWAP in the previous video. Now you are reaching some big bands anchor VWAPs, but I think we will need to turn on some medium time frame anchor VWAPs because all of them. And you also were watching this anchor VWAP here. This is from 38,000. This is after ETF pullback. So this is the main high to medium time frame anchor VWAP. And you started to losing it again. There was defense, you lost it. So now you are putting in danger all people who were longing from 38,000. That's another big warning sign. If you want to recover the current damage Bitcoin did, you need to start reclaiming this anchor VWAP. It's now 63k, far away. What else we can check? This already played out, if you remember. I was showing you that this pull in the previous video. I just want to show you power of the balance zones. Yes, this is really cool. So yes, this was the main pull of the range. You were taking big liquidity with moving up to 70k. You stopped out most people who were shorting this range. As soon as you go down, you fail swing failure pattern here. You are getting immediate target from 62,181. How big was the front run? Because then we were taking some intraday profits and also going long. Front run was just $70. That's nothing on Bitcoin. Yeah. So you see, balance zones, if they are done right and you understand them, they can be super helpful to you. And if you lose this liquidity node, it means market is not only going for the range liquidity and reverses, but it's going for all the people who are longing here. Yes. Main high time frame. Let me check. Yeah, I think Bitcoin actually did 1-to-1 extension of the main pool. This is the main pool where the main range started. So yeah. This is definitely 1-to-1 out of that range. Yes, 1-to-1 means you go from here to 1-to-1 here. Of course, it can continue down. It's just showing you the 1-to-1 target was reached. Let me remind you something. We did trap traders. Why you actually... Here we are. We need to go like this. Like this. We go to 1 hour time frame. So in the past, before we were pumping from over 50,000, 59,000, we saw big open interest increase, 5,000 Bitcoin inside were shorting hard. So once market arrived into the retest, there was statistical bounce out of the region. Do you see the reaction here? It was medium, it was major swing failure pattern, but you also had trap traders on your side. That's why we actually mark them. That's why I teach people to be aware of that. These people who were trapped for so long were actually fueling a bounce as well. They got chance to escape position at zero or at small loss. So you got not only local buyers, but also shorts closing, which means they were buying. This area played out. Once you go beyond the area again, it means these people had chance to escape and you will no longer get their help. Same thing happened here from this smaller range we were a long time ago. We've got the trap traders in this area, 8,000, but this happened a longer time ago, so these people might got wrecked because 50k push to 70k destroyed definitely more people than up there, but still you were bouncing here a bit from these people also taking profit. They probably saw big dump coming. You see you had no sign of weakness, but once it started we pushing with the fresh new longs, they were also fueling move to the upside, these people, but just the more limited way. Where is it? Daily. 2 naked dailies hit today out of this range. Definitely nice to trade. This naked weekly was also traded before. Monthly is a higher naked box. Actually, naked point of controls were pretty useful on our downsides. 50-minute time frame. This region was traded during Asia. Look at that weekly naked pog. We've got this big bounce I was showing you. This I definitely traded. This was nice. We skipped those. So no much reaction. Then we started to do another bounce front running monthly and daily naked point of control, and now you were trading some session naked point of controls. This one was marked as a strong by me in the past. There was some order flow reasons, probably some big volume or a lot of trap shorts. So you see session naked point of control from New York. Even session naked point of controls are great. Front run and big bounce. This is our current low. So this naked point of controls definitely not all of them react, but you need to know which one is stronger. Yes, so there is letter S in my charts. You know that. Very nice bounce, by the way, since the cash opened. So you had chance to be positioned with Brown because I was sleeping here. Brown was guiding you to take some nice longs with this low. And I told you 50k is getting defense. Like I would be scalping here, and I still have one position running from like intraday long from here. So I'm perfectly fine with that. It's very likely fueled by equities are bouncing. Equities are bouncing some nice bit. They are expecting probably Fed doing some emergency cut rate. So by the way, look at Ethereum. This was even more bigger fall than Bitcoin. Oh, for the Bitcoin is also like the win for the Bitcoin will be some nice local range, so you can stabilize, because V-shape bounce, yes, it can happen for a certain amount, but in the end it's gonna end up in the range. Let me look again to 2-hour time frame now. So you can definitely be running some longs from here. You had some nice chances, but you need to be prepared. Low can be lost anytime in case market mood is getting wrecked, yes. And your main goal, like we can go to BTC CME. Let's not forget what is happening there. Main goal for the bulls will be actually to in the future to run this CME gap, which is now absolutely huge, ending at 62,900. But yeah, it's still far away. But this sell-off was also heavily inefficient. Like this main move here up to 57k. So if in case market starts pushing, then we can feel some inefficiencies. We can see that on the daily volume profile. Probably a lot of single prints there for so much violence. Yeah. For now, market is in this local range, but there's a lot of single prints are to be done and filled in the future over here. To 58,000. This is daily open. Imagine if you manage to reclaim today daily open, then you open road for much higher push. Actually, we will see. We will see how the world behaves. It's not that likely. Anchor V-ups from medium time frame. Oh yeah, first one got front run. This is actually not already even like medium. This is a high time frame. Look how all these anchor V-ups are. Yes, they are coming from previous, like from the start of the cycle. Actually, from the bear market lows. And then from the start of the cycle, this one is tracking from the 30,000 highs and small front run. In these anchor V-ups, people will have some value limit orders to buy Bitcoin on spot market, not only on leverage. So this is like another big value region. Yeah, the strongest part of this is currently like bull market anchor V-ups. They are at 37. If you see Bitcoin at 37, you better also no financial advice, just education entertainment, but you better get some. Yeah, it's for such discount. Don't have to be there for long, and with this low here, oof. But yeah, this is like big band for your levels. Swing failure patterns we covered. Liquidity was run. Look at the liquidity here. Yes, this was just perfect. That's how you build your longs with the liquidity. All the people got stopped out also from the previous range, and now you are bouncing to the upside. There was even more liquidity here. Beautiful, just wick. You see the wick here because there is forced selling at the lows. Yes, there are liquidations. So people always we always like to see wicks be on the main liquidity nodes. They often just happen. Yeah. How are the market structure long term doing? These are coming from the previous bull market. These three market structures from previous top, they gave us this 5-month range we are trading in. And now you see we are in another. There was this liquidation event which outstretched the move, but you see market is finding stability in the previous 12-day range. When I go to smaller time frame, you see how we are already like ranging in this market structure. So once this for selling play out, market finds stability in these market structures. This one is now getting you local resistance, even though it's from high time frame, but you see how it's happening, how it's giving you these boundaries. Yeah, so you can do something like this easy. If you reclaim this from higher time frame, it's gonna open road for higher levels. 1 day time frame, we need to go back to higher time frame. Macro extensions, we don't need that. These are anchor V-ups from the previous bull market. In the end, it become also the bear market. Also, I want to see Bitcoin in case we get deeper pullbacks. I want to see Bitcoin holding these bands, yes, because on the high time frame, even on this 1 week time frame, even like you see this can still be bullish structure. Yeah, in case you go for bigger levels, you can still do something like this. Okay. So these bands I will be watching. These are my dollar cost average points in these bands. Geometry we don't need. Macro channel, how is the macro channel doing? Okay, so this was also, I haven't checked that before, but we are retesting the macro channel midline. Yes, so bulls are definitely trying, like bull market, this like Genesis bull market Traders are definitely defending here as well. This midline, you see what happened here, precise reaction, reclaim, open up to absolutely crazy move to the upside. This is the main macro channel you should be definitely watching. And if you lose the midline, of course you open row to trade in the lower portions of this channel. And you can even do like, you can even split this channel into another midline if you want. That can be also another support. Ultimate support for the Bitcoin is keeping increasing from the channel. Only way I use geometry is for the high time frame. On lower time frames we have better tools. Even that is not like main thing. Bear market anchor view ups combined with the bull market anchor view ups of the current one, also increasing here nicely. This is, by the way, yearly time frame. So for Bitcoin to stay nice momentum, you want to stay also this market structure yearly. You don't want to see really year closing below this market structure yearly. Yeah? So because this will cause the very big wick, and then it started to be a very small green body or even negative body. So for you, like the main mission from this super high time frame, where we have only few candles, main mission for the bulls this year is to close above. This year needs to close above 47,200. It's going to be encouraging sign from this crazy time frame. Let's go back to 3-day time frame. We can also have a look on macro. Where are you? High time frame range. Yes. 16 more VAX. So with Bitcoin, for high time frame, I want to see Bitcoin trading back above 55k. It's like so first high time frame sign also for, for more upside. You don't want to see get acceptance into the old range, because then you will increase risks of trading that range again. We also have this pull here. You will see clarity on Bitcoin from a higher time frame perspective, and you see what happened today. So you are getting high time frame move, you are losing. We can go to 1-day time frame. This macro high volume node from previous cycle was giving you, this is best case scenario, you always look in the bull markets, it was giving you a lot of stability to create 5-month range boundaries on the downside. You now got acceptance again into the macro VAC of 4 years. Yes, it accelerated move to the downside, but you see what is happening now. Market is now retesting start of the high volume node on the macro perspective. So, and we can watch 47,210 level. This is macro point of control. Yes. So yeah, you can mark this level. There could be nice reaction there, and ideally for Bitcoin to be prevented to see more downside moves, I would like to see this area hold and create new range here. This is also in the middle of the inefficiency, so it can be actually likely you will feel the inefficiency first, but ideally you return back into these regions in the future and then create some nice range and upside, some new base here. I want to see more volume transacted here. There will be battle for this region. There will be battle, and it's going to be bias for high time frame, because losing this will open road for this lower range for sure, but trading below the macro high volume node and macro POC, yeah, like this, will be just opening roads for deeper pullbacks and feeling another inefficiency here. So be aware of this pull. This is actually crucial pull for day swing traders and long-term investors. So I think that's it from technical analysis. I outlined you some scenarios. I'm yet to, I was not talking as much about resistances on the upside. I need to recharge this region because Bitcoin wiped out my chart. So I need to recharge and prepare very key levels and high volume nodes where we'll be looking for new short continuations on some pullback retests, okay, because structure now changed. So that is done. Now I'll be showing you just few things. We can go on the TRDR. Let me show you TRDR templates, how they were guiding me recently. So here we are, we have the bands. This is the main bands template. So the bands, we can go to 2-hour time frame so you see much larger perspective. We can turn off this. The bands past 5 months had over 80% win rate if you are knowing what you are doing. Yes, look at those major pressures just with these major thresholds. Yeah, you mark the tops with these major pressures in the Coinbase order books where we had like 6 times more shorts than longs. Bands have massive win rate, but there are times when bands, I don't want to say they will not be working, because if you understand the macro, if you were understanding really the macro, and you also understand the how massive resistance we got at 70,000, literally 500 million in shorts were ready in limit orders or even more. If you were understanding this, you would be pulling this nice swing short trade. Yeah, it earned me a lot of money, just this 70,000 short. And also market is still like, market was diving down on the more local bands, so because these macro fundamentals were playing out. But if you like go zoom out, and now we are at the 2-hour time frame, we also see currently in these regions we are getting the high time frame bands support. Same thing as we get when we were at 53,000, 54,000. Yes, these very wide bands, it means price has a lot of limit orders, 10% down from the price. This is currently what is supporting you in these regions. Yeah, market is like curving here. That's why I also expected at least some local range here to be put in. And also if you are in long, you can leave some portion of the longs to be run. You don't need to be in fear. But the range here is getting crafted from these massive limit supports in the end. These bands were just very different. Yes, so similar thing here. Market is now, you can expect some nice range here thanks to those bands. So bands win rate very, very big, especially when we have blue bands on the buy side. You know what you do. So bands are winning as always. How is the aggregated delta? So much selling into these lows, like we've breached so many thresholds. Here was almost 3 billion, that's why we also bounced nicely. Another 2.5 billion, another. In case Bitcoin managed to bounce, like there is so much fuel here. If Bitcoin finds the beat with the equities and on fear, you can easily do bounce like this. You have some statistical data out of this aggregated delta. So many people sold, yeah, on the news. So yeah, you definitely don't want to close position fully here for intraday. For scalps, sure, but intraday you can get some exposure. In case you get bounce, you have massive fuel to the upside. Liquidations, we were also reaching huge liquidations in the market. That's also showing you like big exhaustiveness. Yeah, at these lows, that's why we're also getting stable. We know we harmed most of the market participants. When we actually get similar threshold, I need to go to 2-hour time frame. Actually, we haven't here. Here it is. How much was that? 100 million, and here is 87. Okay, so these are actually largest liquidation for the past 5 months. Yes, that's also what is stabilizing the market. Large traders, if they wanted to fill positions, they definitely had a chance to do so, and they did so. So that's another reason you are seeing some nice stability. Aggregated open interest, this is also great. We did full retest, full reset. I was always pointing out in the group, I'm very worried about this portion of the move here, here and here. Because once you get under these people's liquidity, there will be cascading moves to the downside. So this was really much expected. Yeah, you took out most of the leverage market participants in the market with the move down here. Okay, so yeah, market did very, very serious damage. Oh, let me delete this. 2-hour time frame. In the future, in case we lose this low, yes, we don't know what market brings in the next few days. If this low is lost, then we continue down to fill this. Look at what we have here. So again, another pump, another inefficiency, and open interest was also increasing here. So you can see another big open interest drop, and you will be stopping out all these people who are leading the impulse into the proper support of 2 months, and then you can start some nice range. Okay, so you trade level by level. This was already you already destroyed 80. Most of the people trading 5-month range on the long side, also shorts took profit. Same thing here. Lose this low, you go after these people in impulse. There will be another big open interest decrease out of here, very likely. Then you will look to build another longs. Remember, when market makes most of the pain in the market, those are also the best opportunities for you, and not to be in fear. Yeah. And if you are in position, like if you were in some long here, you needed to cut it, yeah, because so many people were already long in before you, yeah. So they will be they will be exiting and destroying your earlier long. So understanding open interest, like I literally, it's reason why I did standalone section on open interest with so many posts here, yeah. So understanding open interest crucial. I will be ending the video with this template. If you are active intraday scalper or intraday trader, which is focusing on day trades eventually for the swing trades. So you not only use the bands, but you also watch the thresholds. We can actually hide all the bands. TRDR is great for that. We can focus on market falling for 58k if you wanted to see stability for potential lows. You see how market was reaching these 1% thresholds each time we find some nice stability. Each threshold actually find us now support. This was actually 49,000 was the highest threshold for the past few days on the buying side from spot. Same thing happening on the intraday column. Each time we've got the elevated support from the spot markets, we find at least relief bounce. Same thing here, relief bounce. Same thing here, largest thresholds bounce. Even here, smaller bounce. Now we are also like still getting support from the spot market. You see now pressure, like market pushed when spot limits were heavily in the buying side, and once pressure started to show up, market curved down like here, yeah. That's spot market, and of course you combine it with the perpetuals because leverage is also accompanying the moves. Here massive thresholds reach on perpetuals, showing you potential for the reversal. Now it's going more of a sideways, so there is no advantage for 1% threshold, but you know there is still a constant support from these perpetuals. They're more on the long side now finally, and also from the intraday another big fat threshold was reached here, boom, up, and here as well a bit. And now you also see the high to medium time frame. This is medium time frame support down to 5%, also helping you with the stability over here, yeah. Okay, so I think I gave you a lot of information in this video. I don't want to be guy who said like I told you so, but I'm pretty proud. I was guiding the group last week really strongly on the fundamental side. I told you to stick to the shorts, yes. We also got opportunities to be long from the key levels and from the key reversals after liquidity and swing failure patterns. And now today I will be doing charting. I will be doing some charting, and I will watch how the general markets behave. For now it's really nice bounce for the Bitcoin. We'll be looking if we manage to again feel some inefficiencies, or we just place more local range until we find decision for the Bitcoin direction. Again, I gave you some potential scenarios. You know, if someone failed you guidance during these bad times, it's also because he lacks understanding macro fundamentals. Bitcoin is not trading alone. I told our group, once shit hits the fan, Bitcoin and crypto is always first to be sold. This is not changing. Bitcoin is not safe haven asset that people think as gold. Yes, it is the best performing asset, but it's always going to have this big volatility to the downside. when you really need the capital. Okay, so for you it's key to buy Bitcoin cheap and hodl onto it. Then you are not worried about this more short-term volatility. But you know, if you are buying Bitcoin for much more expensive prices, just do not spend all your cash on dollar cost averaging. Keep some load of ammunition in case market gets some nice dips, and be ready for that. That's from investing side. From trading is just different. Okay, traders, thank you for watching. I hope this update was useful. If yes, just give it a like and buy in the group. Thank you for watching.